Hey, friends and family from Ronny's Farm to Table. It's quite an early morning, and I'm here with little Gray Gracie and little Orange Oli. Those are the newest members of our pack here on the farm, and they are about 7.5 months old, and they have to get fixed today. So they will be all day at the doctor over in the other town in Grand Forks, near to us, with a vet that we really trust and have been working with for many, many, many years. So let's get them loaded and head over there. It's still pretty dark out there too, so let's get to it. So the kittens are at the vet, and when I came back here, look at Kaiser. He's on that straw pile here I left from yesterday. Isn't that adorable? I have never seen him doing that before I started the mushroom farm. Just sitting around on straw. You're a real farm animal, aren't you, Kaiser, huh? So the kittens are all good. The operation went pretty good. I can pick them up in a couple hours. But before we do anything else, I actually would like to go in the barn and talk about a subject, the danger of mushrooms. So let's go in and examine that subject. Hey folks, welcome in the Berliner room. Uh-oh, Ronny has the chalkboard out again. There's some new information coming at you. We have increased our yield per bag. Within the last 24 hours, I harvested about 4 pounds of pink oysters with my wife together yesterday, and I will attach a couple pictures and maybe a small video of it. And then I harvested about 2 pounds of yellow oysters. And they all come around. Let me update this one here, the current output. We are now at instead of 0.15 pounds per bag, we are now at 2.8 pounds per bag, which is still bad. We have to be around half a pound per bag, between half a pound and a pound per bag for me to make this work. So I just wanted to update you with this first of all, and then let's talk about why I have different masks and things like that, because a viewer asked me on one of my videos, they have seen that I've also been wearing these kind of masks that you kind of remember from the COVID time, the pandemic time, the cloth mask, or even the really cheap ones, the blue ones. I've been wearing those too every once in a while. And also I have this really heavy duty mask here, which is basically a painter mask. It collects really fine dust particles and things like that. It has a really high rating. I'm not sure what it was right now, but there's two things that I'm exposed to all the time, and it's the dust from the straw and the grain, and that can become very dangerous over the long run. There's something called the farmer's lungs. So because of all the dust that you breathe in, it goes into your lungs, it clogs it all up, and when you have that many times throughout your lifetime, it really damages your lungs. So that's one disease that I could catch. And the other disease is from the mushrooms. It's called the mushroom lungs, very similar to farmer lungs, but the mushroom lungs are from the spores of the mushroom. I do try to 100% control my spores. I have a closed circuit now. Before I didn't have a complete closed circuit. I kind of just, if you remember, I pumped the CO2 from the grow tent into the dark tent and then just let the room suck out the air basically. Now I have it all connected with 2 pipes. So there's all closed circuits. Anything that happens in the grow tent is going straight out. It is not even in this room. So that was one concern that I figured out and I worked on it. But those mushrooms, underneath their little heads, they release, it looks almost like dust when they're right about getting ripe. So it's a very short time frame, several hours, and you have to keep a very close eye on it, where it goes from prime condition to going into the reproduction phase where they start to curl up, and then when they curl up, they release all those millions of tiny spores in the air. And it looks like really fine dust too. It's a mess to work with, and I'm happy that I have not had that issue where I went on vacation or was gone for several days and all my mushrooms went into spore state. I know some growers happen that to them, and it's a mess. It's a really big mess. So I usually, when I'm walking into tents and I know that there are mushrooms right around the stage where they grow, where they could be on the sporing site, just for my own safety, I usually wear this kind of mask just to make sure. And also when I harvest them, because I work with them every single day in some way, shape, or form. If you work with them once in a while, it's not that big of a deal for you guys, but for me, and then the quantity that I work with, it can become dangerous. There is scientific research that I have read where within 3 years in Asia, they looked at 150 farms that they have, mushroom farms, and looked at all the employees, and within 3 years, all of them who were not wearing any kind of protection developed some kind of chronic lung diseases. So that's not why everybody jumps into mushroom growing. There is this part of it that can be dangerous if you don't have everything down to a T. And this mask here, basically, I wear when I only want to make sure that my breath is not going out onto things. So, like when I'm working with the sealed, inoculated bags, they're all sealed, they're not open. So basically, I'm just wearing that because I want to make sure that none of my breath goes on it, and things like that. So I also wear this when I do the mixing of the substrate with my grain spawn inside the clean room too, just to make sure that I'm as possibly safe as possible, not contaminating anything that I have. So that's why I have different masks on at different times, and thanks for the viewer who mentioned that. And hey friends, we are ready to deliver our first produce of the year. So here we have 4 pounds of pink oysters, 2 pounds of yellow oysters, and on top of here some freeze-dried mushrooms that will last for many months to come. So let's bring them over to Ellie's Ivy in Grand Forks and let's see what they're gonna do with it. And afterwards we're gonna go pick up the kittens. Let's see how they are doing. So see you then. So friends, we switched the mushrooms to the kittens. Gracie is still a little bit woozy from the anesthesia, but Oli apparently was right away awake the moment he got out of operation. It was like a clock. He was done, click, he woke up, and he was quite eager to come home now. So both of them are in good spirits. The operation went very well. Let's see how they are behaving at home once they get in a comfortable place. So let's bring them home, folks. So folks, we got the kittens back home. We are actually in my bathroom right now. So let's release them, see how they're doing. First little Gracie. Oh, she's a little bit tipsy. It's okay. Psh. Psh. How about Oli? Oli's pretty eager too. Oh, Gracie, she's a little bit scared. Hey Oli. Hi. Hi Gracie. Hi Oli. Huh? Oli goes right away for food. Of course, that little chucksa. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ow. I'm sorry guys what I did to you, but you will have long, beautiful lives. I will take care of you forever. I promise. Hey, wait, don't smell your sister. Leave her alone. Okay, let's bring Kaiser inside and I'm gonna call it a day today. I wanna be watching the kittens here, making sure that they're all happy and content. So, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.